All right, guys, welcome to Ditch the Pavement, the show where we explore the world of being outdoors and exploring life in general. My name's Presley. I'm joined with my girlfriend, Haley.
What's up?
And today we're going to talk a little bit about dirt bikes. This topic was actually Haley's idea, and we're going to talk a little bit about Haley's reservations about learning how to ride a dirt bike, how I've helped her along the way, I guess.
Love it.
And why she loves riding now. So we'll start off with talk a little bit about her main reason on why she didn't want to ride this dirt.
Yeah.
That's what it is?
Yeah. So when I was probably I don't know, 10 or 11 maybe, my dad came home with this little, what was it, TTR 125, and then these two little 80cc kids bikes, and I have no idea where he got them from. Who knows? It's a crapshoot when it comes to my dad and finding things, but he brought them home and he wanted me and my brother, to learn how to ride dirt bikes and all this, and I did not want to. I put my foot down and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. He got us helmets, gloves, all kinds of gear. Well, not really all kinds of gear, but the important safety stuff. Yeah. And my brother learned a little bit, but I was like, I'm not getting on that thing. And so I don't know exactly where I was going with that. But anyways, he brought them home and I didn't want to. And, looking back at it now, I think the main reason I didn't want to was I was just afraid. Because, we've all seen all those videos of people hitting that whiskey throttle.
Epic fails?
Yeah, epic fails. I've watched quite a few of those. And I was afraid because, it's this machine that is really powerful. And I didn't know, really how to handle it and everything.
Do you think you're more afraid of hurting yourself or more afraid of, embarrassment?
Oh, it's embarrassment. Absolutely. I always feel like people are watching me, but I know that's probably not true. But just in life in general, when I'm out in public, because I'm a people watcher, so I feel like people are watching me, and I don't want to make myself look like a fool and look stupid. So that was another big thing. I didn't want to end up on an epic fail video, because some people, no, I don't want to. I hate looking stupid. That's a big personal thing I hate. So
yeah, it's hard to get past that barrier, but I think once you realize that really no one cares.
I know.
If you're riding at a motocross park, or specifically if you're in riding trails, you're pretty much riding with your friends and they really don't care.
Yeah.
Or if you're riding around your yard.
Yeah. If your friends care, then they're not really your friends.
They might make fun of you, but they really aren't.
As long as it's lighthearted and not mean, that's good. So I was afraid was the big one. And then I didn't want to make myself look like a fool, which kind of turns into the fear, plays into the fear one. But
that's mental fear.
Yeah.
Or I guess all fear is mental, but
technically.
Yeah. Skip that.
But then another reason I didn't want to learn was when I get frustrated and don't understand things, I tend to cry. And so, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to be frustrated and cry, especially not that I don't want to cry in front of my dad, but when I'm frustrated and I don't understand things, I feel like he's I didn't want to disappoint him, and so that's a thing that I have, not just in dirt bikes in general. I almost cried in calculus once in college because I did not understand. But so when I get frustrated, I cry. I can't help it, and then it's not cute.
So I think the best way to beat that is really just to do it more often, and it's all confidence, I guess. If you have confidence to ride or stay up on the bike or do whatever, I guess you're less self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
But you will get frustrated. I get frustrated all the time with riding.
That usually ends up with you breaking something on your bike.
usually not intentionally.
No. You just go hammer down and end up falling at one point.
I also think people are built differently.
Oh, 100%.
Some
100%.
exactly. Shout out. I think once you try and leverage that fear or that self-consciousness and learn that you're really competing with yourself, which I guess maybe that's the root of it to begin with, but to me, when I get frustrated and can't do something, that's the best way to motivate me. Mm-hmm. And if others tell me I can't do it as well.
Yeah.
But so I don't really know how you teach that per se, but it's something I think that just clicks. Mm-hmm. Once you start to get in the rhythm and get the hang of riding and stuff like that, then you start to compete more with yourself, and overall frustrations and your skill level builds, so your frustrations go down overall. But you'll get to a point where you're just, okay, I messed that up. And I think also, obviously, you said in calculus because you didn't know what was going on. When you
were talking about limits and shit, and I was like, the hell?
When you have a teacher, and not even really a teacher, just a friend that knows what they're doing or submitting
some
your videos
kind of
online,
mentor type relationship.
If you know what you did wrong, it really helps alleviate that.
Yeah, because it's not great when you got something wrong and you don't know how you got it wrong. You're like, well.
Yeah, working finicky with like clutches and stuff like that if you don't really know what you're doing.
I mean, so far in my learning, I have not been frustrated and cried to that level of frustration. I have been frustrated a couple times, but I didn't cry. I just thought I was going to throw my bike over, but it's okay.
Yeah, my biggest frustration with riding is when you fall and then you can't get the bike started.
Yes. That probably is where my frustration has come from.
Yeah,
it's just trying to start it. Because usually you're already hot and you're already a little tired because you've been doing laps or you've been on the trail, whatever. And then it's the worst when it takes like 6 or 7 kicks to get it started.
If
and
you're
like,
lucky, right?
Yeah.
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 So it's like flooded, and you're immediately when I fall, especially when I'm like riding like a live moto with other bikes, my heart rate basically like doubles, and my heart's about to pound out of my chest, and I'm breathing hard and kicking it as hard as I can. It doesn't start. At that point, that's when you just say, okay, take a break.
Yeah. And there's been a couple times where I've fallen over like in mud on the track, and then I can't get into neutral. And so I'm like trying to get in neutral so I can try to start the bike back, and I can't get it in neutral, and it's just, I'm like trying to push it. It's frustrating. And then I just have to like try to get it off to the side of the track as best I can and just like sit for a second and compose myself, because being like that, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, that's the best thing in that situation is just do what you can, try and get it off the track and sit there and relax for a second, take a breather.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not working for you, then you're just making it worse by continually trying to force it.
Yeah. So the last reason I didn't want to ride dirt bikes initially is I am stubborn. I'm very, very stubborn. So, I said I was maybe 10 or 11 when my dad brought home the dirt bikes. I said, absolutely not doing it. And throughout the years, he'd be like, okay, you gonna get on it? You gonna go try it? I'd be like, no, not doing it. And then you came along. Surprise, surprise. And you finally, I remember I looked at you and I said, we were in the car and I was like, I think I've dug my heels in for too long and I want to ride dirt bikes. Like, I want to give it a try.
That was right before Durhamtown, right?
No, I was riding before Durhamtown.
When was it? It was Father's Day. Your dad had no idea that you had been
Yeah, that
riding.
was right. Yeah. I told him for Father's Day that I was going to. I don't think I had ridden yet.
That wasn't Durhamtown, huh?
No, Durhamtown was in November, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it was.
When is Father's Day?
June?
Okay.
I think.
So you had started...
I think I told him for Father's Day that I was going to learn.
Okay.
Because I don't think I had actually gotten on a bike yet.
Mm.
I think the plan was I was going to get on the bike and show him, but didn't get to learning before then, so I think I just told him. But he was excited.
Yeah, because he rides too, if you didn't know.
Yeah, he rides an
88 RM 125.
That one.
Yeah.
It's blue.
I don't
The frame is blue.
The frame is blue. I think it's 88, 86, 86, 87, 88, somewhere around there.
Come on, you should know this.
I know it smokes like hell.
Yeah, it's good bug deterrent.
Do not ride behind him. You will die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, it smokes, and he's got quite a bit of fuel leak when he sits still.
Mm-hmm.
Probably when he's riding too, but you can't really see that because he's moving.
Yeah. So he was excited, and I guess it makes it more fun too. You know, when everybody's involved with riding or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We go on trips.
I love my brother, but we are complete opposites, and I would rather be spending my time outside doing something.
Well, according to your dad, he was riding before you and actually enjoyed it.
Yes, but he does not ride anymore. Now he would rather just play video games, which is fine. But so my dad was happy to have one of us still riding / start riding. But yeah, so I was afraid. I didn't want to look like a fool. I didn't want to get frustrated and cry, which that one's still up in the air. And I was stubborn as hell.
So those are 3.
4.
We talked about 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Afraid, didn't want to look like a fool. Frustrated and cry. Stubborn.
So we covered, some of the reservations that you had to get started in riding.
Yep.
And from what you've told me, I've played a pretty big role in that process.
Just pat yourself on the back right there. I bet you did, because was Logan riding at that point?
Probably. I think so.
Yeah. Well, so
I didn't bring my bike up to the apartment until
right.
He got one.
Right. So you and Logan, our friend, y'all were riding, and I would come out to the track with y'all and watch you ride, and you just made it look like so much fun. It would just flying through the track and everything. And you guys we went to Battery Park, which is in
a town we will not name.
Oh, okay.
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's like
Neesmith,
Johnsonville.
Anyway, out in the middle of nowhere, literally. You're going through this neighborhood before you show up to it. It's a weird drive. Anyways, you're out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, you guys, they have trails there. And there was a couple times y'all did this, but I know for sure one time, you and Logan tried to go through one of the trails as fast as you could. And with normal speed, you guys probably did it 10 or 15 minutes, I would say. Something like that. And then this time y'all flew through it. It was under 5 minutes. And I was
Elizabeth
damn.
was there too, I think.
Yeah. Because y'all were time us. We're going to see how fast we can do it.
It was just him and I going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
But you're just making it look like so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. It's a great disconnect, away from every day. It's something that's highly skilled, I guess, and allows you to build on. So I like that aspect of it too, to improve. You really, something as drastic as riding a dirt bike, especially on a track, you can really feel yourself improving, every time you ride.
Because when did you start riding? How old were you?
Well, I got my first bike in high school. I rode for a few years in high school, and then after I went to college, I think maybe freshman year, I would come back home and we'd go riding some, but after that, it was not focused on riding anymore. It was more tailgates and wasting
and
time.
Parties.
Yep. So I had a 4 or 5 year break probably.
Was it after you graduated that y'all started riding, or before?
Oh, after.
After?
We were living at CPATH at the time.
Didn't start at place before there?
No. Nah, because Logan got his bike while we were there, and that's when I brought my bike up. I'd been riding. I at least had my bearings straight on how to ride. But at that point, I guess a lot of things, when I was in high school, we would ride, but it was maybe 4 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
Between Christmas and New Year's, when we had time off, we would go ride a couple times maybe. But then throughout the rest of the year, we didn't ride nearly that much. The last few years, I've ridden way more. The year before last, I've ridden more in my entire life. All of the years. So it's one of those things where if you don't really do it enough, it's kind of like playing golf. If you're very casual and only playing every once in a while, you can't expect to get better.
It's true with a lot of things, though.
Yeah, definitely. So I think we're at the point now, or over the last couple of years, year or two at least, we've been riding enough to where, I can feel myself getting better and better. And so at that point, it makes it much more fun, much more enjoyable once you start to reach a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm a great rider, but I'm way better than when I started and way more comfortable. Can do certain jumps and stuff like that. And jumping is a lot of fun.
I haven't quite gotten there yet. Well, I have gotten air on the TTR, but the landing's a bit rough. Sounds like the back end's going to blow out. I'm a little too tall for the TTR.
Yeah, you're tall. I mean, if the suspension wasn't so
Crap.
undersprung, yeah, it would be much better. If it was actually plush suspension, it would be better. So you saw me out on the track. You said, wow, that looks like fun.
Yep.
And you already had a bike.
Yes.
Just had to knock the dust off of it and see if
Needed a little
if it
TLC there.
So you started to do that. So what's another way that...
Well, you can be a bit abrasive when it comes to wanting me to do things. And so you like ultimately forced me out of my comfort zone, and you made me basically get on the bike one time.
I don't remember forcing you to ride.
Oh, but you basically did. Between you and Greg at Laura's.
More him.
I mean, you were pushing me to do it. So I mean, you made me get on the bike. Not like you literally lifted me up or anything like that, but like you pushed me to get on the bike.
So I think that helps, especially riding as a partner. Having buddies to go ride with, a girlfriend and whatnot, makes it a different dynamic. I'll go back to golf again. Playing golf by yourself is boring as hell.
Yeah. Although I find playing golf in general a little boring.
Yeah, but definitely by yourself.
Because when I hit it, it goes like 2 feet.
In the wrong direction, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have somebody to go ride with, that makes it that much better. Doing like trails and stuff like that, riding together in that sense is fun, but also just when you're not riding and sitting in the pits or whatever, that's a lot of fun too when you have people to hang out with, eat lunch with and stuff.
And it's fun when you just run into friends who you haven't seen in a while at the track.
We ran into Trey.
Yeah.
You meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of you meet a lot of interesting people, that's for sure.
That is definitely true. There are some interesting people. I would say they've all been nice that we've met, but there are some interesting people.
If you need a spark plug, they'll give it to you. Most people. But
yeah.
If they have one.
They're good people.
A lot of them drink heavily, though.
Yes.
So you crossed Bridge of Reservations?
Sure, we'll go with that analogy.
You get past your reservations.
You helped me do that.
Apparently, I helped you do it.
Apparently, you don't think so.
You gotta also want to help yourself, or not really help yourself, but want to do it. If you don't want to do it, no one's gonna help you at all.
Yeah.
So you have to make that up in your mind first, or else it's just gonna be pointless. So you had that drive to want to learn how to do it. We got you started riding. You started to go out, and so now, what is it? It's done for you. What do you get out of it? Why do you want to continue riding?
Well, you made it look like a lot of fun, and it is. It's a lot of fun. Like being out on the track, even though technically when I'm riding, I'm with like the beginner and like the peewee bikes, like little 4-year-olds are passing me sometimes. I'm mainly passing them. Okay. But like being out on the track, yeah, I mean the trails too, but I think I've come to like riding on the tracks more. But like it's so freeing. You kind of get that when you're riding mountain bikes, but riding dirt bikes, it's a whole different ball game, and it's a lot of fun.
Can I help you?
It's just really freeing and like, because you're just out there by yourself, basically. Bandy, what are you doing?
Lay down. Yeah, it is. I guess if people are helping you and everything like that, but ultimately it is by yourself. You're out there riding
I
alone.
mean, there's no one riding behind you on the seat while you're out there.
So it is nice. You and the track.
You become one.
I guess.
I always, whenever we're pulling up to the track or the trails or whatever, like, I'm always nervous because I'm usually, if not the only girl out there, one of the only girls out there, because it's definitely way more guys ride than girls do. So it's like, it's a little nerve-wracking, but it also kind of makes me feel like a badass. Because, like, I'm out there with the boys, and so it just, like, it makes me feel cool.
There are some kick-ass riders, female riders.
Yeah. I'm not up there, but there are.
It seems like I haven't really seen any middle ground. It's either like novice beginners, female riders, and then girls that would absolutely kick my ass.
Yeah, it's hard to find that middle line there.
Yeah, there's definitely not many though, that's for sure.
Last time we went out, there was, I think, two other girls out there. Last time we rode.
Yeah. Oh, Strawberry Hill.
Mm-hmm.
There were different levels too. So.
Mm-hmm. One was riding with the big bikes.
Yeah. Do you think that helps you more, or not really? When you're out, if you see a girl out there that's riding fast.
I think so, cause like, it's kind of like, oh, she can do it, I can do it, and like, it pushes you more, cause you're like, oh, I want to beat that level. I want to be going that fast. I want to be hitting the jumps, like, cause you see her doing it, and you're like, I can do that.
It's an entirely different being too. Like you mentioned earlier, these are machines. These are pretty heavy machines, so you have to be able to move that around.
Yeah, even little TTRs. Pain sometimes. But it makes me feel like I have something to prove. I feel like I prove that I belong out there.
I think you do. And it's always a good day when you're waking up on a Saturday and it's time to go ride.
Yeah. It was a month ago. Over a month, because it was, last time we rode was the same day we found out we were buying a house.
Oh yeah, I got the offer accepted. That's right.
We pulled up to the track and our realtor's like, "Hey, your offer got accepted." And we're like, "Oh shit!"
I remember I had to connect to my truck Wi-Fi in order to sign the document.
We had to sign some papers.
Yep, that was a good day. We need to go out more.
Yeah.
I believe I have my problem fixed on my bike, so hopefully that's true.
So it doesn't sound like it's gonna pull up.
Yes, that would not be good.
You gotta make sure your kill switch is attached.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I need to try and get that again. Then we need to go ride. But yeah, Saturday morning.
We got them things all pretty. They got washed this past weekend.
It's an involved sport if you start riding.
Yeah.
Between maintenance, cleaning.
I had about like 2 pounds of mud on my bike.
Well, that's because the TTR hasn't had a really good bath in a year ever. Because when me and Logan would wash our bikes,
the girls' bikes were kind of like half-assed.
Yeah, spray it off, and that's it.
Pretty much.
Not much soap going on there. So, got past your reservations, you started to learn.
You helped me learn. You're still helping me learn.
Yeah, it's an ever-going process, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You're always working on something when you're out there. That's another thing, too, is specifically when you're, I guess, also trail riding, too. If you're riding difficult trails, but when there's a feature you can't do, at least me, I want to be able to clear the jump or hit the corner nicely, hit the berm section. I mean the whoop section good without going whoops.
Whoops.
So every time you go ride a new track, different features, you always getting better and better. So you just got to go ride.
We need to go ride more.
Yes.
I'm itching to go ride.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed the episode, share it with a friend who might find it interesting. We're always here to spread the community and help others and get the voice out. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Post about it on social media, share it, or leave us a rating and review on iTunes. That definitely helps.
Please.
Yep. So, and if you want to stay updated with Haley and I, you can find us on Instagram. I'm at Presley Grooms, and she's at Haley Marin.
HALIMARIN.
Yep.
Or Hali Marin. That's how other people pronounce it, but that's wrong.
Yep. So find us both, give us a follow, reach out to us, and if you're local, then well, let's go ride. But
Let's do it.
until then, we'll see you out there.
Bye bye.